Introduce the name Neal. It is one crisp syllable, a straightforward, approachable choice that feels distinctly grounded in modern English-speaking countries. In numerology, the name aligns with the number 7. This number denotes a personality defined by analytical thinking, deep introspection, and a quiet, deliberate strength. Unlike naming choices that spike and crash with every passing fad, Neal carries almost zero pop culture baggage. It completely sidesteps the volatility of modern trends. That understated nature is exactly why parents gravitate toward it. Neal serves as an emblem of straightforward reliability, a name that commands respect without ever needing to ask for attention. But this reputation for quiet introspection masks a fascinating contradiction. The modern perception of the name hides a significantly wilder history. To uncover this name's actual weight, we have to rewind over 1,500 years to an era when it belonged to conquerors. Behind this single, unassuming syllable lies one of the fiercest, most dominant royal lineages in all of European history. This photographic aerial view shows the Rock of Cashel, a stronghold that perfectly captures the atmosphere of 4th and 5th century Ireland. This was the era of the legendary High King known as Niall of the Nine Hostages. Historical and mythological accounts credit him with establishing the Unile dynasty, a royal powerhouse that dominated Irish politics and held fierce control over the region for centuries. The name traces its roots to the ancient Gaelic word Neal. Etymologists link this directly to the element nead, which translates to champion. However, there is a second equally supported root, the element Niall, meaning cloud or passionate. These two roots forge a complex, dual-natured foundation. The name carries the intense legacy of a conquering warrior, alongside the thoughtful, expansive nature of a passionate thinker. Skip forward to the 18th and 19th centuries, and we find millions of Gaelic people escaping political turmoil and hardship, a reality captured in this archival image of emigrants waiting with their trunks. This mass exodus across the Atlantic forced their ancient culture to adapt to entirely new worlds. To survive assimilation, the name underwent intense anglicization. As you can see in this flowchart, the original Gaelic Neal fractured into multiple pathways, producing variants like the Scottish and English Neal, the English Neal, and the common surname O'Neill. Out of this linguistic split, the specific four-letter spelling Neal emerged, charting its own distinct trajectory across the Americas. This mutation was a necessary mechanism for survival. It allowed a millennia-old title to exceed and integrate seamlessly into a modern English-speaking world. By the mid-1900s in the United States, Neal established itself as a highly reliable staple, rising into the top 300 boys' names. The variant spelling Neil captured the primary historical spotlight, cemented entirely when Neal Armstrong took humanity's first steps on the moon. Back on Earth, the Neal spelling carved out a fiercely independent identity, favored heavily by writers, musicians, and artists. You find this exact spelling attached to prominent cultural figures like Beat Generation icon Neal Cassidy, and here with Journey's founding guitarist, Neal Schon. While the spelling with an I became the broad universal standard of the era, the spelling with an A became the deliberate choice for those possessing a distinct underground edge. This chart tracks the U.S. popularity of Neal over the last century. After a mid-century peak, usage took a steady downward slope to rank 3,723 in 2023. Today, its primary geographic strongholds remain the United States, the United Kingdom, and Ireland. This statistical decline in mass popularity operates as the name's greatest modern asset. It completely insulates Neal from becoming a dated, overused trend. The name manages a rare balance between its two historical extremes, the fierce, conquering champion of ancient Ireland and the quiet, introspective thinker of the modern era. Because it rarely appears on modern kindergarten rosters, it bypasses the noise of current naming fads entirely, retaining its inherent dignity. Choosing to name a child Neal today is an intentional reach back through history. It bestows a resilient lineage through a single, sturdy syllable that carries 15 centuries of weight without ever needing to raise its voice.